I'm Randy Erwin, National President of the National Federation of Federal Employees. We're a proud affiliate of the IAMAW and the AFL-CIO. We're America's first federal employee union. We represent 110,000 federal workers nationwide. We have VA employees at 50 VA hospitals across the country. So proud of the work they do. And the workers right here at the San Francisco VA. So we're very proud of our membership. Before I say anything, we just need to take a moment to thank our cherished veterans. This country is great because of their sacrifice. Thank you, veterans, for your service. So let me just say I'm proud to be here today, taking a stand with you all and putting Congress and the White House and everyone on notice that we aren't going to allow them to destroy the Department of Veterans Affairs. We aren't going to allow them to destroy the VA because we care too much about it. And why do we care about it? Because in this country, we make a solemn promise to our women and men in uniform that if you serve, you are going to be cared for when you come home.
Yes!
Right. For everyone here who works for 110,000 federal workers nationwide, we have VA employees at 50 VA hospitals across the country. So proud of the work they do. And the workers right here at the San Francisco VA. So we're very proud of our membership. Before I say anything, we just need to take a moment to thank our cherished veterans. This country is great because of their sacrifice. Thank you, veterans, for your service. So let me just say I'm proud to be here today, taking a stand with you all and putting Congress and the White House and everyone on notice that we aren't going to allow them to destroy the Department of Veterans Affairs. We aren't going to allow them to destroy the VA because we care too much about it. And why do we care about it? Because in this country, we make a solemn promise to our women and men in uniform that if you serve, you are going to be cared for when you come home.
Yes!
Right. For everyone here who works for the VA, it is you that allows our country to make good on that promise. Thank you for the work you do every day caring for the American veteran.
Would you give him that so they can hear also, please? He doesn't have one.
Okay, all right. Okay, can you hear it now? Okay, and make no mistake, the illegal actions, here we go, I got it there. The illegal actions of this administration, including tearing up collective bargaining agreements for VA workers. Woohoo! They're destroying the VA as we know it. Yes, right. The president should be ashamed of what he's doing. And every elected leader across this country should be ashamed for allowing him to do it. So the president talks about making America great. But he doesn't have the first clue about what that means. What is he doing? What he's doing to our cherished veterans and those that care for them clearly demonstrates that. This country isn't great because of Trump's actions. This country is great by the sacrifice of the men and women in uniform to keep us safe, to defend our democracy, and to protect the freedoms of this country. So we owe our veterans the best care that we possibly can. But under this president, we are not making good on that obligation. Let me tell you something. Do not think for 1 second that taking away the rights of VA workers, as this president has done, is good for our veterans.
No.
Veterans do deserve better from the VA, but the problem is not the inability to discipline VA workers as this president has tried to assert.
Boo!
That's right. The problem is that the VA, like many other places across the government, has been turned into a toxic work environment by this president. That's right. A toxic work environment hurts veterans. Okay, let me ask you something. Are you okay with Trump making the VA a hostile work environment?
No!
Hell no!
Hell no!
Hell no!
Hell no!
Okay, the problem problem, another problem, is the chronic understaffing at the VA that forces veterans into long wait periods of time before they get the care that they need. And what is this administration's answer to that problem? It's to divert billions of dollars out of VA care and to lay off 30,000 people who care for veterans every day. Are you okay with this president decimating the VA budget and the VA workforce? No! Hell no! Hell no! Hell no! Hell no! And so now the president is taking away the rights of VA workers, tearing up collective bargaining agreements, and attempting to make VA workers at will employees. Let me tell you something. Making VA workers feel threatened doesn't help our veterans.
No!
It makes experienced VA staff say, I've had enough of this. I'm getting out of here. This doesn't help veterans, it hurts them. Are you okay with the president bullying our VA workforce in this way?
Hell no!
Hell no!
Hell no!
Hell no!
Hell no!
And the hostile actions of this president aren't just terrible for veterans and those who care for them, they are unconstitutional.
You betcha!
Let me tell you something, President Trump. Your constitutional duty is to faithfully execute the laws of this country. That means protecting people's rights, even the rights that you don't like. The president doesn't get to choose which rights he likes and which he enforces and which he doesn't.
That's right.
Because if he does that, we, the people, don't have any rights at all. That's right. That's right. Now, generations of Americans have fought for those rights. A lot of people died fighting for those rights. So President Trump, check yourself and understand that you ain't the king in this country.
No!
You are the humble servant of the American people.
Damn right! Damn right!
Your duty is to protect our rights, not to try to abolish them, and you are failing miserably in your duty. I want to leave you all with an important action item, okay? We have legislation introduced in Congress called the Protecting America's Workforce Act. Raise your hand if you've heard of the Protecting America's Workforce Act, okay? This is the most important piece of legislation in Congress today, bar none, okay? It would nullify the president's executive order, trying to get rid of collective bargaining and unions in the federal sector.
That's right.
We currently have a bipartisan majority of the House of Representatives co-signed onto that legislation. That is incredible in this day and age, okay? But the Republican-controlled House is trying to keep that legislation from coming to the floor where they know damn well that legislation is going to pass. So we got a discharge petition to make them skip the committee and bring that language to the floor. We need anybody who's hearing this, contact your House rep and say, sign the damn discharge petition to bring this legislation to the House floor and be done with this damn executive order signed by this President Trump.
Pretty good idea.
And to all the VA workers out there, many of you right here, thank you for coming. I know you're concerned about losing representation momentarily. Losing representation by President Trump tearing up collective bargaining agreements. But let me assure you, we will get you your rights back. It is not a question of if, it is a question of when. Okay? The courts have not even litigated this yet. Okay? And we like our chances because what the president is trying to do is illegal as hell, and anybody with two nickels of sense can tell that this is illegal. Okay? Like I said, we got legislation. So Congress can fix it, the courts can fix it, and if worst comes to worst, we need a change in administration to make it happen. But your rights are codified under law, and that ain't gonna change anytime soon. So you're getting your rights back. And so why that's important is some people, they're having their bus codes changed. They've heard their collective bargaining agreement has been ripped up, and they're being told, oh, you don't have a union anymore. That's BS. You have a union. You have a union that's fighting for you like we have never done before. And we need everybody to remain in that fight. This is the biggest fight we've ever had. And so don't give up on your union. Don't give up on your union, or we won't be able to get those rights back. We need everybody to be a part of that. Okay? And we're going to do it. We're going to win. We're going to get those rights back. We're going to be bigger, stronger than we've ever been before. That's right. Okay.
Could you name the bill again?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's called the Protecting America's Workforce Act, H.R. 2550. Call your congressman. Let's get the discharge petition done. Thank you, veterans. Thank you, everybody who cares for veterans. Thank you so much. I'm Randy Erwin. I'm the national president of the National Federation of Federal Employees, America's first federal employee union.
And it sounds like this is from what you were saying, this is a frontal attack on your right as a union to organize and represent workers.
Oh, absolutely. This is an unprecedented attack. We've never seen this before. Trump kind of holds the record for the most anti-union record that we've ever seen. Ever since federal employees had the right to bargain, which first started in the Kennedy administration and was codified into law in 1978. Bush, W. Bush didn't have a tremendous record, but did nothing like we saw it with Trump in his first administration. But this administration, the second round of Trump here.
Trump 2.
Trump 2, 47, whatever. This anti-union policy has just gone into overdrive. So now they're actually, unconstitutionally tearing up collective bargaining agreements, kicking people out of their union completely unilaterally. Now, these folks have a constitutional right. It's a First Amendment right to form a majority union in this country. Freedom of association, a critical First Amendment right, and he's just trampling workers' First Amendment right to have a union. Now, a legal contract that we have, the government has certified us as the exclusive representative of these workers, and Trump just goes like this. You can't do that. It's illegal, but he's doing it anyway. And when the president violates the law like that, willfully violates the law, it's unconstitutional. He's not fulfilling his constitutional duty to faithfully execute the laws of this country. And we can't have it, and he's got to be stopped.
Well, the Supreme Court has said that if he declares it an official act, he can get away with it.
No, criminally he can get away with it, So you're right. That's a very problematic thing. But he does not have carte blanche to do whatever he wants. What he's doing is illegal. We believe the courts will stop him, but it's going to take a lot of time for that to happen. The whole process has to play out, and there's rounds and rounds of appeal, so who knows? But we like our chances there because what he's doing is blatantly illegal. His whole premise of taking away collective bargaining rights is to say that the VA, the workers here having the right to bargain is a threat to national security. It has to be the primary duty of the agency, a national security kind of a thing, which the VA is not. It is not a primary function of the VA. They're there to care for veterans. It's not a national security agency. So it's just he's on very, very thin ice, even making a claim that he has the right to take away these bargaining rights.
And Project 2025 in that program says that for the privatization of all public services, public health care, public education.
Yeah.
It seems like there are a lot of working people, a lot of union people who are threatened by the implementation of that program.
I wouldn't call it a program,
What is it?
I don't know. Some kind of diatribe, I don't know. But, a lot of what was in Project 2025, they're executing that playbook verbatim. And
he said he didn't know about it.
Yeah, right. Well, he's appointed half the people who wrote it are in his administration. So, let's get real. Let's be honest. I think some of it is privatization, but I think really the bigger element is they're trying to get rid of these functions of government. They want a billionaire takeover. They want to they want to eliminate the middle class in this country. There's no doubt that their policies are hostile to middle class people in this country. We make a solemn promise to care for our veterans when they come back. And they want to do away. They want to get rid of the Department of Veterans Affairs. They make it seem like all they want to do is privatize it, but then they just want to gut it and gut it and gut it and give it as tax breaks to the billionaires. And we can't have that. And people need to stand up, get in the streets, and it needs to stop.
Well, you're part of the AFL-CIO, your union. Has the union called for any national day of action? It seems like not just your union, but all the public worker unions, the private unions are all threatened by this. You think there should be a national day of action of all workers in this country?
I do. I think Labor Day is going to be a big thing. I think there's going to be a lot around that. But I think, honestly, it needs to be a bigger... a
general strike?
I'm not the person that makes that call. But I think something like that is what it's going to take because that's the level of severity that we're dealing with. The threat is such that
it's an existential threat.
It is an existential, yeah. And so there's kind of like a typical playbook of actions in the streets and things, but at some point, workers see the writing on the wall. Middle class people see the writing on the wall, and they say, "We got to shut this place down. It's gone too far." And I think that there's like little doubt we're going to get to that level. And so, I don't know.
They're pushing it. It seems like.
What's that?
They're pushing it. Musk and these people are with AI getting rid of workers. And
yeah, look how far this administration has gone to deteriorate the standards in this country, and he's been in office 6 months or something, like not that much time. And so my God, we got to deal with 4 years of this garbage. It's not we're not going to go too much longer. They're invading Washington D.C. What kind of crazy world are we living in?
The Washington D.C.
The troops are in Washington D.C. Where's this going?
Is that a dictatorship?
Sure acting like one. Sure is acting like one.
And the issue of AI, I know Musk was brought in with DOGE to say that AI can take over the jobs and get rid of employees. Has that affected your union? Their plan is to use AI in healthcare and other areas to...
It's hard to say. A lot of the things, particularly around Elon Musk, when he's predicting the future, a lot of this, he wants to sound like the smartest guy in the room, and he's creating the future. But a lot of what he says is going to happen never comes to fruition. We should all cars should be self-driving cars at this point. And where is that? We should be on the Mars by now, but where is that? And so they talk AI. Certainly, there's no doubt that a lot of jobs are going to be threatened by AI. There's no doubt.
Goldman Sachs did a study, 350 million jobs may be lost to AI.
How many?
350 million.
In what? In the world. Oh, okay, in the world. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't doubt that. So, but I think it is. I don't know, probably overstated a little bit because there's a lot of things that just aren't going to change it. But as a labor movement, we have to. Roll with those punches. We still got to represent workers in this country and make sure that but it could be a game changer. There's no doubt about it. And certain industries will be more impacted than others.